Hello Gearspace, I'm Tom from Rodec, and we're here at Superbooth to introduce the release of our latest flagship mixer, the MX Modular. And we have three versions here of our MX Modular. The one on the left is the full tracking version with 8 mono channels and 8 500 series preamps. In the middle, we've created one with 4 mono channels, 2 stereo channels, and a setup also with 2 500 series stereo versions with mini modules and 4 mono preamps. And then there's a version that has 4 stereo faders and then also 4 stereo 500 slots. It's called modular because you can basically put the mixers together as you like by any combination of faders and modules in the top. The top is standard 500 series. You can see I have a module here from Elysia in here, so it works also with third-party modules. This is basically the channel strip. The first 500 series goes into the fader, and like this, it seems obvious, but I always have to explain it. The stereo ones go like these, and then we have mini modules, which you can see here, that basically slot into a stereo slot with a cassette that we sell separately. These will also work in your own 500 series bay if you have one. Next to the slots and the faders, the mixer has an 18 in and out digital sound card with some of the best ADCs and DACs in it. We have a stereo effects, 2 stereo effects modules, and then we have a master section included with 2 stereo auxes, 2 stereo buses with inserts over the buses, and also insert over the insert over the master channel. This one here is slot 11 or slot 910. Can be used on your master or on bus 1 as I have it here. Then let's turn some music on. I'm just going to listen so that I can hear what's going on. These are mute or on buttons. Channel 1, we have a kick going on. Channel 2, I have a snare. We can drive the snare a little bit. There's always makeup gain possible. There's a parametric midsection on the EQ. Let's put some reverb on that snare. There we go. Let's go to the heads. Head section. Hi-hats sound like this normally, but I like to drive my hi-hats a little bit and then make up for it so that it fits nicely on top of everything else. Bassline. See, you can also fully drive that bassline. These are very nice, drivable, discrete op-amps. Let's keep it more or less clean. Swipe the parametric EQ bit. That looks like a sweet spot. Now let's go to the stereo channels. Melody going on here. Into the preamp EQ. Filter. This is low pass or high pass with a sweepable or stepless switch between low and high pass. We have dynamics to give like a wah-wah effect. Delay, reverb, give it a little bit. Strings too loud. Now you've seen me using the mute buttons. I can also, this is now in latched mode. I can also put it into momentary mode. Can do things like this. 4 more stereo inputs here on channels 9 to 16, and then a master section with the computer return. Here we have the masters for the aux send, aux return 1 and 2, bus send, bus return with an insert over the buses. Some less music on. And then a nice feature here is memories. I can basically program sets of mutes by holding it. Let's say I want to program this on channel D, press 3 seconds, and now it's programmed on channel D. Voila. Crossfader is the last feature. So I can assign any channel to an X or a Y. Let's keep the kick in the middle. Let's put the rest of the drums on X. Let's put the melodies on Y, and then you can fool around with your stems. So you can basically DJ with a tracking mixer. So this mixer is the hybrid version. It's aiming between tracking and full stereo DJing. This one is ideal if you have like a drum computer going on these first mono channels, and then maybe either 2 records or 2 stereo synthesizers and some other stereo channels here. And then you can dive into your mix, fool around with it, put stuff on or off, crossfade, and be creative. So we see this as an instrument mixer. We want it to be an instrument that you use either in the studio or on stage to be creative and bring the rock and roll back in your audio. Thank you, Gearspace.